nigh. Agents are seeking the highest high, the best of the best, a legend story. How much to risk for eternal glory? Eternal echoes, the ultimate strife. Permanent death brings value to life. Your final battle, but no need to fret. Battles of glory will never forget. The crowd is on fire, tomatoes in hand. The ultimate price drives massive demand. We will find out whose chapter will end, and who will prevail, their knees yet to bend. Eternal echoes, the ultimate strife. Permanent death brings value to life. Your final battle, but no need to fret. Vessels of glory will never forget. Risen from waters,
The intro song is playing.
deep. Sundered islands deny us our sleep. Here to the limit, ready to reap. Trade stats and potions, nothing comes cheap.
Oh, nothing comes cheap, chat. Alright, I'm gonna cut the song short, sadly.
And arrows astray.
We have
A
games.
smoke bomb for clutch. To RNG Jesus we pray.
We prayed, RNGesus. We do have DFK Elite here with me as well. DFK Elite, let's do a quick little mic check.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, what's up? Alright. We got him. We got him, folks. So, we had 17 people, the most largest, yes, that's proper English, no it's not, tournament ever in DeFi Kingdoms here, hosted by Eternal Zenith, titled Eternal Echoes. And our first game is K Copper versus Max Garen, the only two unfortunate souls not to get a bye out of the first round. K Copper is on the left with an archer, seer, priest, and Max Garen is on the right with wizard, seer, priest. So it's double support DPS and the battle of the wizard versus the priest. Will K Copper or Max Garen pull it out? Hard to tell. Let's dive in. Alright. Copper's archer's turn. He's got the very traditional multi, rapid, repeating. Even with the flurry at 2, taking that extra damage, but having extra critical strike.
Max Garen is running the ice build, but with Raw Arcana on T1.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But
But he's got the
Pyroclast
Pyroclast too.
Right, he has the Pyroclast explosion.
Yeah, this is like the full hybrid build that I think Workhorse loves the most. With a little bit of Arcane, a little bit of Ice, and then Pyroclast Explosion for that extra damage on the chilled targets. Alright. This is going to be a good one. Rules for this tournament was level 20, all unique classes, which threw me off when I was trying to set up my double archer team, but that's alright. I forgive you, Esper. I got paired into Bert anyway in my first game, so it doesn't really matter what I brought.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it happens. So I'm just now noticing that my banner cuts off the Eternal Echoes in-game logo, but I have it on the screen, so it's okay. But it's kind of cool up there at the top. You can kind of see it.
Looks great.
Oh shit, that was a mistake. That was a fucking mistake, chat. I tried to do something cheeky. Just totally ruined my screen. Alright. Barrier stone on the seer. So lots of barriers. I'm seeing lots of the stuns and dazes on these two comps. Lots of good abilities.
Lots of barriers here.
Both teams very well shielded.
The Archer for K Cooper sitting at 1700 HP because of the shield.
That is so much. Damn. And with the barrier stone, if he keeps that up, it's going to get quite a bit bigger. If it even can. Rapid shot comes in. Big damage, crits the priest, and hits the back There, crits the seer, hits the back priest as well for 200. Doesn't quite break their barriers though. And Garen going for a barrier stone as well. Okay, Copper can't do much with his priest. Not anything to heal. Maybe he passes turn. Maybe he just throws down more barrier. Who knows?
Yeah, potentially more barriers. He
Yeah.
has an explosion as well.
Yeah, explosion good, but you kind of want to time it out. I feel like
That's right.
not much to time it with.
At least like wait it for the late game for tomatoes, I'd say.
Yeah, that's how I think is the better way to use it. I agree. Holy Light gets blocked by K Copper's Seer. He's still looking very healthy. Ms. Townsend. That's normally a last name, I thought, but Townsend Chaotor. I see we got Chaos in the chat. Chaotor kind of is like your name.
K-Copper also running the Osmotic Ward.
Ooh. I mean, I feel like Hope has been very influential on the meta with that Osmotic Ward play.
Yeah.
But I just want to see this wizard get juiced up and drop the bombs. Barrier Stone hits the wizard, playing into that raw arcane and arcane mastery, getting AP every turn that it has a barrier.
The barrier is sitting at exactly 1,000.
This just in from the chat. Just sold K Copper Townsend Chaotor to reroll. Are you proud of the reroll, Just? Let's check it out. 58 Wiz, 58 Agi, and 1152 health on a Seer. I remember back in the day, getting above 900 health on a Seer was exceptional.
Absolutely.
Ooh, Frost
Jackpot
Lance.
already.
Yeah. GDE changing everything. The Frost Lance does big damage, takes down the Seer's barrier completely. That Archer took over 400 damage and still has 269 nice barrier. What does the priest do? Still nothing to heal.
Max Garen has his combo ready for the Holy Wrath. He might go for the interrupt on the Seer here.
Ooh. That would be cool. I hope he does it.
It's a big chance to stun.
And
Oh,
he
he
gets
gets-
it. He gets it.
Oh my god.
333 damage and the stun, interrupting the Seer. Looks like just sold Copper a lemon. What is that, huh? Getting stunned? I'm kidding, Just. I'm kidding. And I'm kidding, Copper. All right. All right, chat.
Yo, Kamas. Welcome. Lord
Multi-shot.
Barriers, yeah. It seems like the play here. First going for the barriers. I mean, it makes sense here.
Yeah. Well,
There's not
with
much
the
else
Archer,
they
it's
can
hard to get anything killed when
Yeah.
it's got such a big barrier. Prayer of Healing. Priest finally has work to do. Warstone, focusing in on the Seer, though, for K Copper. This could be a game that's all about mana management and sudden death. With the two double supports, it's kind of how I see it going.
And there's no second lives or last stands for K-Copper.
But are there on Max Garen's side? Leadership
Mm.
Toxic.
There is one last stand on the Wizard.
Okay,
But other
last
than that,
stand is pretty huge, yeah.
no transcended traits.
He got that dog in him, I guess. Well said, Jess. Well said. And the priest is unstoppable for Max Garen. So even though it doesn't have a barrier up, can't use that stun, can't use that death mark to much effect. Probably see the... oh man, I'm totally blanking. The tier 1 ability. Future Sight. There it is. The Wizard's Barrier, Esper's calling it out in the chat, is huge. 1572. More than 150% health HP right there.
That is crazy. I believe K-Copper can just ignore the Wizard at this point and just wait for the tomatoes to clear it
Yeah.
off.
With only 3.5 minutes away, I agree. That's probably the best call. And hey, it's a good thing his rapid shot agreed. All 3 of those arrows going for the priest like homing missiles.
Almost 300 damage. That was solid. Prayer of Protection is ready now for the K Copper.
So, Esper in the chat is asking, do tomatoes do percent damage on the health plus the barrier total, or just on max health? And it's my understanding that is based on just the max health of the hero. The hero's HP total. Not ignoring everything else, yeah.
But the tomatoes have 100% pierce, so they do double damage on the barriers.
Right. So they take down the barriers faster. And with the high health pool of heroes these days after rerolls, it's going to burn through that barrier quicker.
And also they start to hurt, like the damage numbers are going up quite high, pretty quick. Pyroclast Explosion with 30 AP.
This is going to be big. No chills, though. Oh, 1 chill on the seer. But other than that, no team-wide chills. Okay, Copper does have 7% atrophy, though. Max Garen sitting at 0, so taking 7% extra damage. And now it looks like it's about to grow, too. Sure enough, 10%. So that Pyroclast Explosion could be fatty.
Yeah, but K Copper has a smoke bomb in his pocket. He might respond with that.
I like that call out. I don't know, but he might be saving it for using a full health or mana potion and a vial, because technically that's like the most possible healing or sustain you can do with them. Still, though, I think Smoke Bomb's probably the better call, like you said.
No, but once you say, like, K Copper will probably survive this Pyroclast Explosion, and after that, there's not much else what can finish him.
That's true.
So there's a lot of ways to approach this. So Divine Barrier is ready. Is K Copper gonna use it? The tomatoes are just around the corner. And it costs a ton of mana. He's going for it still. Okay.
Probably figures the Pyroclast might go off before sudden death, but I don't know, maybe not.
I mean, it will still provide him some defense, right? But it costs a ton of mana at the end.
That's true. And we see there the priest almost out of mana on K Copper's side. Also, Max Garen's side, actually. Both the priests pretty low on mana. Max will hit through smoke with the Scallies, says the people in the chat. So yeah, so that's a good call out here. He's got the Scallies eye for 20% additional magical accuracy. Pretty fat. We do see a stun coming in. Boom. So the priest gets stunned. Now Warstone following up on the priest. That priest is went from barrier and healthy to 182 HP remaining. Can Max bring it home with his priest? And the Holy Wrath right here. Take it out. Stun. Oh, 4 HP remaining into the sudden death.
The
very first sudden death.
Crazy.
And Max Garrett takes out Copper's priest in one fell swoop.
Well played.
Very well played. That stun. Just enough damage to secure the kill with the very, very first sudden death activation. Love to see it. Osmotic Ward comes out onto the archer, protecting that damage dealer who also took a lot of HP loss from the Pyroclast Explosion.
Also, one thing to note, K Copper used a full mana potion on the priest, but he's now dead with 100% mana.
Oh no, good catch. I hadn't even noticed that. That is devastating right there. Losing 8 stone of your 11 weight. Yikes. Multi-shot comes out, but now I don't see how K Copper gets through that massive wizard barrier as the tomatoes do damage through the ward, and Max Garrett has got 17 APs, building up to set up once again. Looking good, looking clean. Barrier stone coming in. Focusing down the seer now, not triggering that ward. I'm just going to let Sudden Death do the work while it's up. Townsend, Mushroom Man, he's out there hallucinating. Burn damage. Ooh, wow. It's everything going wrong here for K Copper. That's the wizard in the end game, baby. Chaos, if you're out there watching still. Wizard, good. I know you like spellcasters in games.
So Rapshot is ready. I believe this is his only chance.
325
Like,
crit.
only choice.
But that sudden death, big, big damage. As the barrier stone goes off, protecting the priest for Max Garen. Now the wizard will probably, if he can cast a fireball? No, he doesn't have fireball. You're right. He has the ice.
The ice rain, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Man, fireball would have just been one shot wonder right there on the archer.
Probably, yes. So the priest now has again the holy wrap combo, but he's using freedom instead. Okay, playing it safe.
Yeah, maximum safety here for Max Garen. Sanctuary comes in. Will it be enough, though, as we got 5 turns before the heal, 2 of which are K Coppers, but Warstone from Max Garen, and that sudden death hits for 139 damage to that archer, leaving it at 62 after the burn tick. Uh-oh. Repeating shot. Can it do the glory? Can it save K Copper? I don't think so, but maybe he goes for it. Health Vial. His last bit of stone coming out. Yo, Worm, Trade Room, Hope, Be Easy, Esper, Eric, Dank Nation, 91 Karmas, Daz, everyone else who said hi in the chat, Just, HNS, YGG, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Kurt Hokage. Alright, Future Sight out of the seer. Sudden Death 183. Both of K Copper's heroes are very low. And that Warstone hitting for 350, finishing that archer. As Frostlands comes in. 357, finishing the seer. And Max Garen takes it with an excellent Pyroclast explosion, setting the tone for that game.
Nice one.
Nice one indeed. And now, round 2. That was our round of 32, gentlemen, ladies, viewers in the chat. We only had one because we got to 17 sign-ups, making this still the most signed up for DeFi Kingdoms tournament yet. K Copper and Max Garen, our sole round 1 game. But now we have Crypto Pier versus Brew D, Dread Syndicate versus Karaket, Blako DeFaco versus Pavloft. I am so happy that those two got paired up. I believe Pavloft is Brovia, so it's Blako and Brovia. That's a grudge match right there. Max Garen versus Just Have Fun. Bert versus me. We all know how that's going to go. Chat. DeFi Purgatory, who I can't remember who that is. Maybe that's Ryder. And then versus Code Green. And then 91 Karmas versus Dragonfly Tales. Esper versus Darth Warpath. All right. So, yeah, which game are we going to watch, chat? Are we going to watch me play? Because it's not going to be pretty.
We can put you in the corner and...
That's what I'll do. That's exactly what I'll do. But so what's
also joking, but sure.
Yeah, which game do you want to broadcast here? While I get smacked down by Bert, Priest, Wizard, Warrior. He doesn't have the Champions helm. Thank goodness, no carrot.
Actually, honestly, I'd like to watch your game.
Okay.
Not gonna lie.
Well, then we're gonna go for it.
You have a good team as well. Okay, you don't have your double archer setup, but instead of priest, I mean that's also very good.
Yeah, I couldn't use it. It's all unique classes was part of the deal.
Do you have the holy ref or do you play something else?
So I did go with the Divine Barrier, full heal, boring
Okay.
composition, because I feel like with Divine Essence, people's health is too high now for that like one shot go to be as successful. And case in point, Bert's Priest is sitting at 1612 HP
Yeah.
with
So you-
312 stats. Like, oh
Great.
man, I may have to quit the game after Divine Essence.
You really could use a double archer here.
Yeah, I really
To
would
have a
like
better
it.
chance. No, I just asked because with the Holy Wrath you could have had the potential stun on the priest and still have the the triple stun setup.
No, that's true. That's true. I should have thought of that. I didn't, but you're totally right. I mean, Bert here, totally. I think almost all of his heroes have over 300 stats, which none of mine have, for the record, chat. Even after re-rolling. No 294 on the wizard. Pfft, I know who I'm going for. That wimpy wizard. This warrior, though, maybe it does have the carrot, because he doesn't have, his helm's not showing. And I think this warrior is normally where he has it. I think that's just a visual bug on my end.
No, he does not play. At least in the last few tournaments, he didn't play it. He has Scarly's Eye on my screen as well.
Oh, okay, so Scally's, that's great. That means a 100% hit chance, rapid
Yeah.
onslaught.
Also,
Really
Whirlwind
happy about
unable to
that. All right, we got 4 minutes to game time, chat. I am going to take this time to finally play out in full the Eternal Echoes song. So enjoy while we wait for this game to start.
The time is at hand, the zenith is nigh. Legions are seeking the highest high. The best of the best, a legend story. How much to risk for eternal glory? Eternal echoes, the ultimate strife. Permanent death brings value to life. Your final battle, but no need to fret. Vassals of glory will never forget. The crowd is on fire, tomatoes in hand. The ultimate price drives massive demand. We will find out whose chapter will end and who will prevail, their knees yet to bend. Eternal echoes, the ultimate strife. Permanent death brings value to life. Your final battle, but no need to fret. Vassals of glory will never forget. Risen from waters so very deep, sundered islands deny us our sleep. Here to the limit, ready to reap. Trade stats and potions, nothing comes cheap. Ooh. Blades clashing spells and arrows astray. A smoke bomb for clutch, to RNG Jesus we pray. Once the dust settles, who will remain? Unlucky misses can cause mental pain. The stone cold arena will not forgive. If fate is not with you, others will live. Valkyries are waiting to take some away, unless divine essence has something to say. Eternal echoes, the ultimate strife. Permanent death brings value to life. Your final battle with no need to fret. Vassals of glory will never forget.
Oof, this song is hefty. I like it. There was one line in there that had me busting up, but I can't remember exactly what it was. I'll have to listen again later. Good stuff though, Esper. Esper putting this together with the help of his guild, I think. Maybe it was all him. I don't know.
Huge prizes.
Huge prizes, that's for sure, yeah. I'd love to win some of that armor. Or an egg, you know. Trade room asks, are we yay or nay on DE so far? And I gotta say, as an investor in DeFi Kingdoms, very yay. As a player, kind of like nay, honestly. Like, it makes me want to play the game less, but it makes me excited for the whales to want to play the game more.
At the release, I personally was a little bit intimidated, if I'm being honest, but like after a few days, after I rerolled a couple of heroes, it faded away pretty quickly. I know I can create the same heroes like with the same HP pools, maybe not with the trades, but I guess like I still could compete with the others. I mean, the bar did rise, of course, we all know that, but I think everybody is on the same playing field, so everybody can still compete.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. We can all still compete. It's just how much do I want to burn to actually see? I don't have the reason I'm not like super into it is I just don't have what it takes to create the perfection that others are willing to, and that's just a mental thing on my end. All right, so I'm gonna put Brovia and Blako in the corner screen here. Sorry, Bert, I'm using my 2 minutes for this. Deal with it. I know you don't care. You're a homie. There we go. All right, so I got Brovia and Blako in the corner. Me versus Hitman Bert in the main screen. All right. Wizard does have second life. Priest does have second life. All right. So second life is an irrelevant consideration. All three of them have it. I'm going to go for the Wizard then. With my precision strike off this Archer. And then Divine Barrier off the rip with my Priest. So that hopefully my Wizard makes it to his turn with the barrier, but not for sure. Yeah, I have 5 Gen Zeros, Kurt. That's the thing.
Bird's Priest also has the Last Stand and the Aegis, so he's really okay. Yeah.
Last Stand and the Aegis? Oh my gosh. I hate all those amulets in like a good way. I hate playing against them.
The stuff also gives you already 10% block chance, at least a minimum of 10%, and plus the Aegis, so he will block from time to time for sure.
Oh yeah, so I should definitely go for the Wizard, you're saying.
Yes.
What are you going to do, Wizard Bert? Huh? What are you going to do? He's got the Firebolt, Fireball. I like Bert's build a lot for the Wizard, except I'm not as big of a fan of the Barrier. Barrier is super good, don't get me wrong. I like it. I love Pyroclast, you know. Like they're both really good, but just personal preference, Pyroclast is so flashy and kills everything.
Yeah, I agree. Like the Wall of Reflection has its purpose, but the Pyroclast Explosion is just like the offensive play. The way that you actually want to play your damage dealer.
Yeah, exactly. See, if I was running that double Archer comp, I actually was thinking about maybe going for the Wall of Reflection.
Yeah, right. So you will still have enough damage, but this way, with a Priest, like you will lack a little bit of damage.
Exactly.
Especially against someone like Bird.
Oh no, he killed the Wizard's Barrier. Folks, I'm not going to get any AP. I get a little bit. Don't get me wrong. All right. I mean, my Wizard's pretty cool, but not the coolest in the world. Pretty cool. He's got Resurrect, though. That's nice. I'm going to lead with the Raw Arcana. Precision Strike going out. I didn't get the stun, but I broke that barrier, so negating some of his AP growth, unless he just barriers up with the Priest right now. No, he does. He only had the Divine Barrier. He doesn't have the Prayer of Protection at 4. I like Bert's Priest build. It's exactly what I'm running. Except I went Prayer of Might, I think. No, I didn't. I went Holy Circle in preparation for Wizards. That's right. Your Blinding Winds cannot touch me, Bert. And even if it did, I have Precision Strike buff, so I don't think it would stop me from doing anything for a couple turns. Health is like, I'm going to blind the Wizard if I can. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty cool. And then go with the P-Strike again. Precision Strike. Jumping the Wizard. Maybe I can get a stun in on it before it has a chance to do much. Raw Arcana once again. Gonna get 2. I think I'm gonna do it 3 times, then cast Fireball. See what that does for me with the 30% spell bonus. Yeah, he's using Freedom, removes the blind, makes him unstoppable, so my P-Strike's not going to do shit for stuns, but 307 damage is still good.
Damage is still good, yeah. Yeah, Freedom is a huge counter, but it competes in the same tier as the Holy Circle.
Yeah, yeah. And I just knew, I was sitting there, I like all 3 of the abilities at that tier, Might, Freedom, and Holy Circle. And with Wizard in play, I just felt like Holy Circle's too powerful. As like if you use it right after a Wizard spell, it can negate it, like a lot of setup. So that was the thought process there.
That's right, and it's also pretty good against when it comes to the late game against the tomatoes.
Oh shit! I think I atrophied myself a little. Sorry, go ahead. That was not because of you. I was just honestly debating in my head what to do. Yeah, I did get a little stack of turtles there.
It's fine. I just said like the people left like leaving out the Holy Circle quite a lot, but a lot of games going into the late game, so the Holy Circle actually is still quite useful.
Yeah, and it's just the amount of times that people go for like the Ice Lance into Pyroclast Explosion, and you're still there recovering from the Ice Lance. But if you have Holy Circle, you negate the Ice Lance, and then Pyroclast has to like crit to get an instant kill. Is kind of what my thought process is.
Yeah, good point.
I'm gonna use a Prayer of Healing. It's taking enough damage now to where it won't be as wasteful. Yeah, just a little bit of overheal. Not too bad. And keep up my Precision Strike. So one of the reasons why I like to keep up the Precision Strike, chat, is that way Bert has no idea when I'm going to use my combo. And I keep consistent damage, and my Archer keeps jumping a little bit forward on the time bar. So he's jumped forward a whole turn by this point.
And it's also quite mana preserving.
Yes. Very, very mana efficient.
And the Unstoppable from Bird will run out before your precision hits, so you have the chance to stun him.
Oh. Yeah, I may have considered that aspect. All right, one more Raw Arcana. And then so with 30% spell, I'm going to go for this follow-up. My Wizard's next turn comes in here. Oh, man, maybe I should have gone for a pass rapid repeating. I don't know. Maybe I'll do one more Raw Arcana, then set up like the powerful fireball with my repeating shot. Might be my best chance of getting a kill. How much health are you missing? 300. Yeah. As long as I don't crit, I'm not getting too much overheal. There we go. Get the stun. I get the stun, chat. Eat that, Bert. You can freedom up, though. He has a chance to freedom, but still, burning into that mana. Freedom is very expensive.
Freedom is still on cooldown, but yeah, you're right.
No, it's on Amnesia. Nice. Yes, stun. Glad Strike hits Brooke. My lady Brooke. I have rerolled Brooke. I just wanted her to have more health. She has 400 more health than she did before I did it, and 3 more stats, which is fine. That's exactly what I wanted. She was a pretty lucky leveler before, just not as much health as I wanted. The Prayer of Healing comes out. Stun. Boom. I self-cleanse whatever Bert had on me. Hell yeah.
Burn. 3 stacks of burn even.
Oh, that's an excellent self-cleanse. Way to go, Graciola. That's one of Mosh's heroes that Be Easy leveled up. Thank you, guys. Do I go with my original plan? Yeah, I think it's probably my best chance of getting a kill. One big burst up. Bleed damage. That warrior scares me. Alright, and now Yeah, I have my archer and wizard at the same time there, so rapid shot coming out. Ah, hits the priest, breaks the barrier perfectly. No overkill on the barrier. Hits one into the wizard. Man, maybe I did want to bring Holy Wrath. I don't know. That's tough. Rapid onslaught. Oh, he's got the cleave. Okay. Yeah. Kind of feels wimpy with the cleave. Still good, but it feels wimpy. Divine Barrier. Bert knows what I'm doing. He sees what's going on. I'm going to hit that wizard with a basic attack. Reduce some of that barrier. Hopefully I get the fattest fireball crit of my life before the archer, and then it's just in range, so I can kill it with a repeating shot. So I have the triple raw arcana, 3 10% buffs for this fireball. Oh, he went for the stun on me. Didn't get it. Thank goodness.
Good attempt. You would have had the wall of reflection also. Since your repeating shot's about to come.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, my fireball. It broke the barrier. Didn't do a crit, though. And so now with 935 HP, repeating shot is off the table. So we reset, chat. We reset with another precision strike. Basic attack, doing that little cleave. I think Bert's won this in draft. He just has excellent heroes. They intimidate me. Freedom out. Not quite a full heal. TI-89 did. Only 7 away. I think it's a good opportunity for a circle, though. We're getting sudden death in less than a minute. So it's going to force this game to come to an end, even though both of us are keeping very healthy. Frostland's coming in. Wants to set up the chill on everyone. I'm going to go for the stun interrupt with my wizard. See if I can land it. Oh, shit. Unstoppable. Blunder. Huge blunder. Forgot about the unstoppable. Now my whole team is chilled, ready for a pyroclast that Bert does not have. Sad, as some presidents would say. 215 on that Glad Strike. Brooke is looking beat up.
And bleed stack is at 2.
Yeah, so that's 50 HP basically every turn for Brooke. She's losing. Man, and he got bleeds on all 3 of me with that Frost Lance.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice. Ice Lance, Frost Lance, whatever. I might be confusing my WoW terms with my DFK terms. I don't know. So I jumped 2 of his turns with my archer here, which is nice. Does he just murk my priest with a fat crit? Fireball could be lethal here. In the corner game, just a quick update. Pavlov and Blanco are going at it. Blanco looks like he has the advantage over Pavlov. Ooh, he gets that crit. Triggers my last stand, but my priest is in fact stunned. Skip that turn. Looks like I get the stun on his wizard, though. But he does not have freedom up, so he can't break it once again. Thank goodness for me. And then I have 27 AP, huh? Cannot be blocked. Let's go. I'm going for it. Sudden death ticks. My priest is about to fall.
I mean, you have the last stand, so it's fairly close. Hard to say.
It is close, and
Oh.
because his rapid onslaught
Yeah, right.
is cleave, so maybe the last stand is enough.
I mean, he has a combo, so I'm not sure. It might still do a lot of damage, and you have the 2 stacks of bleed on you.
Oh, the stacks of bleed are actually the bigger deal. You're right.
Yeah, it's a third of your remaining health.
But my archer goes before the priest, so I can use a health potion maybe. Maybe.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
His priest might be able to basic attack for the kill though.
Also true, yeah.
Rapid onslaught it is. Take 163. Barely any overkill. Bert just pulling out his calculator, doing the work. Frostlance hits all 3 for very little, actually. That was kind of disappointing there. I'm used to watching Karma's Wizard play, and it's like Frostlance does like 3,000 damage. Well, Bert, it's been a good game. It's been a good game, but I think you got me beat, friend. I'll let him get the satisfaction, though. I was just worried that it wouldn't fill. I wanted something to stream this morning. Gladiator Strike crits. Yeah. Oh shit, I forgot to click the AP before I clicked the send button. Oh no, that's a 0 AP Pyroclast coming out. User error, folks. 55 damage.
Did you have the same visual bug as I did? Your Pyroclast explosion was tomatoes.
Yeah, the tomatoes did this. Oh, that was funny shit.
No, Sticks, I feel like, I must say, I think this will happen to everybody once, at least. Sending it out with 0
Zero
AP.
AP,
It happened
yeah.
to me already too, as well. So.
Yeah, well, at least you make me feel better. I'm not the only one. GG, Bert. GG. We will see what other games are going on. Basic attack for the
I'm
win.
pretty sure you're not the only one.
Oh, yeah. I think I've seen it happen, too.
It's so we are not used to it, so we're
Yeah.
just clicking it quick, and then we realize, oh shit.
Yeah, because exactly. It's just I click the button. Yeah, I send it. I forget about that little AP box. Claim my Eternal Zenith rewards. Thank you, Eternal Zenith. And let's see. We got here. Let's Carrot Head versus Be Easy might be a good one to catch the end of. As it does look like Blako in the corner is decimating Pavlov. Brovia. He has 2 of his heroes down. Alright. Waiting for this one to catch up in the main screen. Dread Syndicate Be Easy versus Zen Attitude, aka Caracat. Sudden Death almost taking out Be Easy's Archer, sitting there at 244 HP remaining. As Blako takes the win in the corner. Max Garen versus Hope. Putting up in the corner now. Alright, so Caracat using the Seer does have the Osmotic Ward protecting the Priest. Arcane Barrier coming out. Ooh, like a full... Is this a full support wizard? It is. This is a full Arcane build except Frostlance at 4. Look at that barrier on that wizard. But the Priest is in danger. If not for the Osmotic Ward, Be Easy could take it out. Like right now, almost. Only one more turn, though, on that Osmotic Ward. So if Be Easy is just a little bit patient, he can really put Caracat in a tight spot. No more stone for Be Easy. No idea how much Caracat has left. Max, meanwhile, has... so it looks like Max is about to beat Hope as well. Took out his wizard at some point in the game. And has lots of health remaining. Frostlance coming in, finishing Hope. Seer and his priest is just almost dead at 51 HP. Be easy. Sudden death gets the priest for Karaket. Second life brings it right back up. And now with Karaket having 3 turns in a row, Be Easy's health bar is looking low from the sudden death. It does look like Karaket's going to take this game with his support wizard. Now we might have to catch this one in the next round. I want to see how that plays out, the support wizard. I haven't seen that yet too much at all, really.
Yeah, me neither.
Sudden death finishes the archer for Be Easy. Can the wizard hit a 1600 crit to finish off Karakets? I doubt it. Max Garin taking the game in the corner. Well played, Max. You can really feel the eternal echoes throughout this tournament. You know, you got Bert beats me. Max, I think, is Eternal Zenith. Beats Hope. Blako beats Brovia. I don't know if Blako's in Eternal Zenith, but I know Brovia is, so I assume they both are. But Karaket's also easy. 91 Karmas beat Dragonfly Tails by the looks of it. And Esper versus Darth Warpath is still going on? That surprises me. I would have expected, like, this late in the sudden death. Oh, Esper won. Okay. So we do now have a round of 8. Pretty well established. It's going to be Crypto Pier versus Karaket. Blako versus Max Garin. Bert versus Ryder. DeFi Purgatory. I'm pretty sure that's Ryder. And then 91 Karmas versus Esper. Esper's saying his game was super close. Nickarine. A DeFi Purgatory is Kurt. Oh, I had you guys confused. Thank you, Kurt, for the correction. I was finally looking at chat this time when I said it, so thanks for the correction. Appreciate it. As Karaket finishes Be Easy. We got like 1 minute to game time, I think. I already claimed my rewards. I can vote now. 9:20. 4 minutes to game time. All right. Let's get some votes down. Well, I got to vote on Karmas just out of loyalty. There we go. And then same for Kurt out of loyalty, even though Bert just smacked my little ass up. Oh. And then the other 2 games. So, Blako versus Max. Max beats me all the time. Blako's never beaten me because we've never played. So I'm going to vote for Max. And then Crypto Pier versus Zen Attitude. That might be the game to watch right now in this one. I think.
Sounds good.
All right, and then I'll throw Karmas versus Esper into the corner, I think. Cool. All right. 2.5 minutes to game time, folks. I do want to take a moment here to bring up something. What is it? What was the website? Freaking leaderboard? Yeah, there it is. .dfkhelper.com has this excellent feature. You come to leaderboard.dfkhelper.com. You can see, guild stats, guild rankings, and everything, right? But one feature that I love very much that I asked Zellies, shout out Zellies, DFK Helper to add. By the way, I was on this, Zellies, but now I'm gone, so I don't know what the deal is there. But regardless, rivals, compare 2 players, right? So I can put in a name, it just had 2. All right, so ETH Walker DFKH, that was me. And then let's put in Bert. Oh, it looks like I beat Bert on this account at least twice, lost once. But then
they're different accounts.
Right, but then I go to the Hitman Bert account. So Bert and I are actually even up 2-2. Now 3-2 him, I think, after that game. But pretty cool. You can come in here and type in 2 people, see their games against each other. So I can see if Pierre has ever played Zen Attitude.
That's really cool. And you can even check out the replays from here.
Which is really dope. Replay. Result unknown. Well, that's intriguing. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. If I had more time right now, I'd delve into it some more. But wanted to shout it out because I think that feature's great. Thank you, Zelius, for adding it.
It's amazing. Definitely
good for spicy drama. And hey, reason to play consistently on the same account. I'm just saying, for the stats. All right, 14 seconds to game time. Make sure your votes are in, everybody. Crypto Pierre versus Zen Attitude in this primary game. And then we're going to have 91 Karmas versus Esper in the corner. All right. Crypto Pierre on the left, rocking the Wizard, Priest, Warrior. Zen Attitude on the right, rocking Seer, Priest, Wizard in basically every team composition out here that I've seen almost, except for a couple. I think K Copper didn't have it; he was rocking the Archer. But Esper in the game in the corner, we have 91 Karmas on the left, Esper on the right. 91 Karmas using Priest, Wizard, Knight, and Esper using Archer, Priest, Wizard. Beautiful. Esper's team composition, I just have to say, is beautiful. I love the double damage, no tank setup. Personally. Esper leads with a rapid shot very quickly. Critical aim going for the Wizard. Wizard using the Rags of the Nameless on Karma's side. And the Scally's Eye. What a lethal combination. Gonna hit hard with the Rags of the Nameless, increasing his crit chance, and hit often with the Scally's Eye, dramatically increasing accuracy. Meanwhile, Karakat still thinking on his first Seer move here in the main screen. But Karmas and Esper are wasting no time in the corner. Like, they are going. Yeah, I mean, until Karakat does a move, I'm just going to switch the screen priority here. Esper's Archer's turn.
I mean, Crypto Dream and Karakat, they both have like really sustaining comp with not much damage. I think it will go long anyways.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I might just keep the priority here then. You're right. Because Frostlance coming in alongside I think, Precision Strike out of Esper. So he's channeling up some good stuff. Divine Barrier out of Crypto Pierre after Karakat used a channel. Probably a Sanctuary. Frostlance comes in. Ooh, big damage. Busting the barriers and then some. And then the Precision Strike following up on the Priest. It is now below half health. Sitting at 502. Karma is forced to use an early heal trait from his Knight onto the Priest.
Potentially coming out with a freedom here. Otherwise, there is no reason to heal with the Knight. Oh no, it is still the Prayer of Healing. A little overheal here.
Even a lot of overheal with the crit too, yeah. But you can't predict that. But still, Karmos was very worried about the follow-up after that Frostlance Precision Strike combination.
You're right. When we see, like, we can see on the timebar that Esper has a ton of turns incoming.
Yes, like 4-1 here, which is kind of wild. Esper's been using that Divine Essence Transcendence feature to buff up his primary squad, the Power Rangers, as I like to think of them. He's got them all set up with matching their hair. You know, the red with the red, pink with pink, blue with blue. It's beautiful. Well done, Esper. And the Champion's Laurels. I love Esper's style.
So Karmas has now 33 AP, so he's ready to potentially cast in Pyroclast Explosion. So that's probably also the reason why he didn't use the Freedom beforehand.
Oh
He's
yeah,
waiting
good
for that
call.
moment.
What he likes to do, so I've been scrimming with Karmas a little. He likes to run Freedom with the Priest and then Royal Guard with the Knight. So he
Yes.
can have like rotating protection to make sure that Pyroclast Explosion is uninterruptible.
Yes, this is a really good strategy. I agree. I've even seen a couple of games like this from Karmas. It's really thought out.
Priest now casting speed, jumping ahead of everyone, except the Knight, of course. Knight Royal Guard up, so no interrupts. He's setting up an Ice Lance maybe, and then he'll probably use Freedom to protect a Pyroclast. If I were a betting man, that's what I would bet. Yeah, Frost Lance, there it is. Precision Strike hits the Archer, but with the Royal Guard, the stun did apply, but it went to the Knight because of Royal Guard. Effective, protecting. That would have been an interrupted Frost Lance if not for the Royal Guard. So Karma's strategy playing out. That Knight is basically just a totem to prevent damage. As the Wall of Reflection goes up for Esper's team to prevent the Frost Lance from doing a lot of damage.
It's a 1000 HP Wall of Reflection.
Yeah, they used a lot of AP. His Wizard now sitting only at 5 left. Poison Blade comes out. Doesn't get the poison, which would have gone to the Knight.
Yeah.
But because it was spell damage on a Priest, it didn't. The damage didn't move forward due to interception. Divine Barrier out of Karma's Priest. And now the Frost Lance. 795 damage. It breaks the whole barrier and then goes on to do some damage to the Priest and the Wizard as well. But protected the hell out of that Archer. Archer did Rapid Shot, set up the repeating. Can do a sick, nasty combo now. So that's interesting. The way Wall of Reflection works with like an AoE, it looks like it protected all of the damage from the Archer, most of the damage from the Priest, but the Wizard still took the full damage because it had broken through the wall by then.
Yes, that's how it works. It protects the front lane. It's kind of counterintuitive since it will protect your front lane more than your back line.
Right.
So it's I'm not sure if the design is that great when it comes to AoE spells, but
Yeah. I think it's just like, that damage came in first to the front guy,
Yes.
then second
Yes.
to the middle guy, right? And so it's just kind of going linear. But I agree, it's kind of an odd, unintuitive sort of thing. Fireball hits. Karma's Priest is already really low mana. But he has 39 AP, can cast a fully empowered Pyroclast here. And that can be devastating as he goes for it. This is not a 0 mana Pyroclast. This is a full 30. And as you predicted in that corner game between CryptoPure and Zen Attitude, everyone has barriers, at least a little. And it's a race to the bottom of mana pools, basically.
probably also a race to the bottom on a shot clock.
Yeah, that's true too. So does Esper go for a repeating shot here against the Priest, maybe? It would be high risk. I don't know if he can do 705, but it's not out of the question.
I mean, Karma's Priest has a second life, so it's kind of risky to exhaust yourself just for the second life.
That's true. And he resets into the Precision Strike, but does take on one stack of Atrophy. Not too bad. As Karma's is using a Freedom on the Priest. Still does have the Royal Guard up. That Priest is going to need a mana potion, though. Badly. Esper puts a Freedom on his own Wizard. Wall of Reflection delay damage coming back. Tickling Karma's team.
Smoke bomb.
Smoke bomb. As you said, that could be Huge. If we see some misses here. But Karma's has the Scally's Eye. So will the Smoke Bomb be enough? Oh man, with this increased crit chance from the Rags of the Nameless, I'm excited. I want to see this Pyroclast, but that Precision Strike for Esper did crit Karma's Priest very big. Doing a lot of damage. Pyroclast Explosion comes in 869 HP, 700, but misses the Wizard.
The Archer is feared now, so he's unable to cast any physical ability. Or physical, like damage ability.
Yeah, that's huge. So he can't do any setup really. Probably a pass turn to clear the fear.
Oh, like
Forever Vigilant misses. Oh, Karma's was trying to daze him back.
Also, one thing to note, Karmas has double Giant Slayer on his Wizard.
Oh, so that's why he was doing that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because with only 1079 HP, that the full HP of the Archer and Priest and the Wizard for Esper was all triggering the Giant Slayer. Mana Vial from Esper onto his Priest, using that feared turn, clearing the fear. And his Priest will be up before Karma's Wizard, so it looks like the Archer will be safe. Will Esper give Karma's another chance to set up the high AP Pyroclast? He did use all of it there, so he's now a little bit below Esper's Wizard. 13 for Karma's on AP, 15 for Esper. Going for that Raw Arcana, though, getting it stacking up again. Esper keeping up the Precision Strike. This time he's targeting the Wizard, though. And Frost Lance coming in from Esper's Wizard. Karma's has Royal Guard up, though.
He's taking up his damage. Yeah, the Royal Guard will protect him a little bit, but it will not deny the damage.
It will not deny the damage, but I think his main concern is the stun.
Yeah, sure. But on the other hand, I think Esper also wants to get rid of the shield for Karma, so he's ramping up a little bit slower.
That's true. Definitely true. As we see the Prayer of Protection coming in, it's going to get busted immediately, like you said.
Sudnev is not too far away, and all the people are, like, especially on Karma's side, they are getting pretty Esper also slowly but surely, but he still has plenty of it.
Man, and this Precision Strike also stuns the Knight. Royal Guard at least showing its value. How much dex does Esper's Archer have? 73. So you're looking at almost a 50%, if not over 50% chance to land that stun when you have dex that high. Critical aim coming out of the Wizard. Ooh, with 27 AP is Esper setting up a big channel here with 27 AP. A Wizard with critical strike is a scary thing indeed. Freedom onto the Archer, protecting it. Sudden Death now hitting. As we start that, Rapid Shot comes out. Lots of damage into the Priest. Priest is very cannot cast a single spell.
And Potion will give him a good jump here.
Yeah, you're right. Jumps all three of Esper's team with that Vial. Huge.
Perfect.
Karmas uses the Raw Arcana. He wants the AP. He wants the Pyroclast. Knight, like, Second Wind is almost a good choice, but it still wouldn't heal the other two very much yet. So he holds off on it, passes turn. Sudden Death breaks the barriers on Karma's team.
Karma's only ability to protect his whole team is with the Divine Barrier, so it's a prayer of healing, so the Knight and the Priest are still low life.
Yeah. And with Esper's critical aim, he could be setting up a Frost Lance.
And the repeating shot is also ready.
Ooh, repeating shot could bring down the Priest right here.
Actually, he might even go for the Wizard here.
You're right, because he has his own Wizard. Fireball, there it is. 382 crit. Now the repeating shot follow up. And it stunned the Knight again. That Knight he's doing his job, but now the repeating shot finishing with 361 damage. Karma's Wizard. And with that, Esper's taken a significant lead in this game. No resurrections for Karma's, except he has a second life on his Priest. But that's not going to bring the Wizard back.
He was so close to Castle's second Pyroclast Explosion.
Yeah, very close. But now, Esper taking a dominant position here. I think that's sadly GG for Karma's. I'm going to switch him back to the corner. Oh, Holt, songs are playing, chat. I'll take care of that. Don't worry. Oh, all right. So, Crypto Pier versus Zen Attitude. Now that sudden death is happening, this game is more exciting.
The real game finally began.
Exactly. Who will take it? Zen Attitude Carrot Cat is a little bit lower on health by the looks of it, and the Fireball just dazes his Priest back some more. But he does have the double support, so he could recover from being a little lower health. Puts a barrier stone onto the Priest, and we notice that Wizard barrier is massive, more than doubling Carrot Cat's Wizard's health. 2274. Even with the sudden death bonus damage against barriers, it's going to be a while before it works through that. As we are now seeing big damage numbers on the sudden death. Over 200 to some of the heroes on screen. Carrot Cat does a big holy circle there. His team looking very healthy. The Wizard's turn now. Has 2 stacks of the Raw Arcana buff. And if he launches a channel, but I don't think he has the cooldowns for it. Wall of Reflection and Arcane Barrier both on cooldown. And he's right. Frost Lance is his only really damaging ability on that Wizard. So he's playing for the sudden death with this triple support, basically.
Yeah, right.
Carrot
and the Frost Lance is a good addition here for the tomatoes.
Yeah, exactly. A really well-designed team here from Carrot Cat, built for sudden death. If he makes it to the finals, I'd be intrigued to see if it can hold out against a team for the longer, pre-sudden death period.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could. And lots of AoE shielding.
Yeah, unless he's not running out of potion before that.
Right.
Sure could come to the tomatoes.
Ooh, lands the taunt against the Seer. Crypto Pier does. Hope corrected what I said earlier in the chat. It's a 42% chance for Esper to land the stun.
For Esper. With the 73 dexterity.
Yeah. Which is huge. It's close enough to 50 that you can think of it as a coin flip, right? Which is pretty good chances.
I mean, for an ability, is quite massive.
Yeah.
You can cast it regularly, so...
Well, and especially for such a mana-efficient ability, right? It's my favorite way to play. You just keep casting that. You're going to hit a stun eventually, and especially when the chances are that good, you're going to hit it.
Oh, there was a health vial from Carrot Cat that's quite unfortunate if you have, 3 supports. Throwing in a health vial instead of a mana potion, but it looks like he had to.
The taunt.
2 more turns are coming here for Crypto Dream.
That taunt showing its value. Value Hashtag NFT value chat. Pier does have a resurrect though. Does Karakat have any of those? He got double second life or second wind on the seer. Does have a second life on his priest. And a second life on his wizard. So he's got a few extra lives of his own.
Crystal Dream has 2 resurrections and a second life on the warrior.
Okay. Lots of extra lives here.
Yeah.
I don't know, my money's kind of on Karakat though. And I think I did vote for that. So that's nice. Oh. The wizard confused Crypto Pier's wizard confused Karakat's wizard with the last attack that he did. That could throw some things into a spiral.
And also his fireball is ready for the next turn from the wizard, still with a critical aim. Oh, the Wall of Reflection, good counter.
He does get it off. You know, pretty high chance that you instead cast a basic attack. Karakat very pleased that his confusion didn't negate that Wall of Reflection at this pivotal moment deep in sudden death with the fireball active, as you said. Resurrections are great, but if your whole team gets taken out by a single sudden death, not much you can do with it. As we're seeing it now get to over 300 damage on most of this team.
Okay, here we have a Holy Circle, but... oh, right, it's on cooldown. It is still on cooldown. Probably waiting for the shot clock.
Yeah, I think so. And I think there's some latency from me to Karakat, so it looked like it took a while. Holy Beacon with that heal over time. As Karakat's priest falls, Crypto Pier's entire team falls, but the 2 second lives come right back. Oh my god, all 3 of these second lives triggering. It's like they all just were playing some game, like doing a burpee really quick. They get on the floor, push right back up.
So now probably a potion, and after that he's good to go to cast an resurrection.
Yeah, I think that's the call. Sudden death though, who's he going to resurrect? Ooh, almost finishes the warrior. Man, as all the second lives are now triggered. These sudden death damages are huge, chat.
It's huge. But the priest doesn't have the resurrection. It's the warrior who has it. But he gave the potion to the priest. That was a tough decision.
But he can heal. If he could just prayer of healing on the priest. And I think the sudden death, he's waiting out, or Karakat's waiting out, but I think the sudden death after the heal would kill Karakat's team. Health vial. Karakat doing that same idea. Now we see sudden death tick. Yeah. Warrior falls before it can cast Resurrect. Karakat's priest falls.
Crystal Dream has to use a health vial here.
Yeah.
There's not a chance. And also the Wall of Reflection damage incoming, additionally to the turn of Karakat and the sudden death. Not sure if Crystal Dream can do it. I think that's it.
Oh my god. If Karakat has a health vial here, I think that he wins the game. It kind of... because of the Wall of Reflection damage with the sudden death. But with the hot potato contingency, he needs to have a way to heal his wizard up in order for that to be successful. He's waiting into the atrophy. He wants sudden death to trigger after this turn. So he knows what he's doing. He did have the health vial. Is it enough? Is it enough? Sudden death hits. And Karakat takes it. The massive stall comp. Sudden death doing like a third of everyone's HP each time. Oh.
So close. Holy shit.
So very, very close. Alright, looks like Bert did beat Kurt Hokage. And Max did beat Blako. And Zen Attitude. Karakat beat Crypto Pier here. So our semifinals are Karakat versus Max Garrett and Bert versus Esper. And based on this last game, we're going to put Bert and Esper in the main screen. I'm going to vote on Bert because he took me out. as much as I do appreciate Esper throwing this excellent tournament, putting it all together, sending me all of the things I asked for to make the stream nice, Bert still gets my vote. And then, I don't know, Max Garin versus Caracat. That's tough.
That's tough.
Especially because it's a mirror match, but it's like the damage version versus the full stall version. Yep. Caracat has almost no votes on him. I'll just put 10,000 on Caracat. Smart money play. I can get a lot more bang for my influence buck. Oh, well, no. A lot of people just voted on him, so never mind that. But still though, chat. Lots of sponsorship money on these. 250 Jewel. 10% of that goes to the winner of the match. 90% goes to the people who correctly vote on the winner. And remember, your influence resets every week. Wednesday at Thursday midnight UTC, which is my time, Wednesday at 5 p.m. 17 seconds till GT. We're going to put Bert and Esper in the main screen, and then Caracat stall in the corner to begin with. Bueno. Awesome. All right. Bert on the left, Esper on the right in the main screen. And in the corner screen, Zen Attitude, aka Caracat on the left, Max Garin on the right with the mirror matchup of the Magical Menagerie, Seer, Priest, Wizard. Bert, we saw him. He's using that awesome Wizard, Priest, Warrior. Esper using the Archer, Priest, Wizard. Esper leads with the Poison Blade. Does get it applied to Bert's Wizard very early, forcing an early response. But Bert does have the anti-poison potions.
He has also the freedom here.
And freedom. But, I mean, maybe he lets it tick up a little so that the heal isn't totally wasted, too.
Yeah, and maybe he wants to use the freedom for something else, like the Whirlwind. He likes to do that, too.
Yeah. Which is awesome. Removing that slow is huge.
Yeah. Like a Divine Barrier could come good here, I'd say. Let the poison keep ticking, as you said, and like have the barrier.
I think that's right. I think, I agree with that call being the best one. Or maybe he opens with the Blinding Winds, but I think Divine Barrier makes more sense.
He could blind, but blinding the Archer doesn't make too much sense. It's probably only used... but the Wizard has Scully's Eye. So the blind is not too necessary. He could cast it on the Priest, but that's also so just meh.
Archer also has Scally's Eye, so the Blinding Wind's kind of negated completely by Esper's gear setup.
Oh, okay, he has also Scully's Eyes. Okay, last time I've seen him play with Charger's Mask.
And with 72 decks, I mean, the Charger's Mask is pretty good, especially if you're running the Precision Strike, because you get that 10% accuracy buff that basically negates
that's right.
The downside of it. I like Charger's Mask with high decks. I need to re-roll my high decks Archer because he only has 869 health or something like that. Or reset, I should say, to be correct. But I like using the Charger's Mask on that. Crits with the Fire Bolt.
Not getting any burn here.
Not any burn though. That's really what you want, is you want to stack those burns, baby.
Mm-hmm. Especially from the T1, since it doesn't provide as much damage, but with the burn, then it starts to become like really powerful.
Exactly. I agree exactly with what you just said. Bert opens with the Gladiator Strike, hits the Archer.
The Archer from S1 does not have Shroud.
Yeah, I was just checking that. He's using that extra pierce damage, which I like. I like it. I think this build's fun. But with having the Archer in the front line, I would have thought he might go for Shroud.
Yeah, me too. That's why I checked. But the pierce is doing additional damage not only to tanks and to last stands, but also to shields. So it's kind of useful as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you did predict that. The Priest used the freedom there on the Wizard, remove the poison, and prevented any precision strike stun. Now Esper's up. What's he gonna do? Raw Arcana starting to get that AP stacking going.
Bird needs to take it slow. He only has 14 AP, so probably just in Firebolt.
Yeah, there it is. This time he did get the burn though.
Yeah, I mean, one stack of burn, not too huge now, but he can utilize on it.
Esper drops the Prayer of Protection, protecting the Archer against this anticipated rapid onslaught. Meanwhile, in the corner, everyone's got barriers. It's a bubble party. Rapid Onslaught comes out, breaks the barrier, does a little bit of extra damage, and does about 250 to the Priest.
And slowed the priest down as well.
Ooh,
30
yeah.
ticks.
Excalibur showing its value there. Getting that big slow. 30 ticks. 20%. That's huge.
That's huge.
Prayer of Healing brings the wizard back to full HP.
Rapid shot. Okay, setting up his repeating. Holy Wrath ready on the priest. And the wizard is already having a ton of AP as well.
Sticking with that Raw Arcana. Man, it is so fun trying to play with Raw Arcana because I love having that buff. My personal favorite is going for like 3 of the spell power buff and then the fireball for the stun and just like 1 click. But there's a lot of different ways to play it. If you go for 2 and then a channel, you're getting a 20% buff for the channel, which is really nice. Bert sticking with Firebolt, landing the burn again, restarting the stack that was cleared. And keeping a little bit of pressure on, but none of Esper's heroes too badly damaged yet, and with the priest at near full mana, can definitely still keep him going.
Oh, look at the time bar. Esper just passed and now he lined up his turns.
Oh! Okay. And he does have that Holy Wrath, so he might be going for something here. What is he doing? What are you doing, sneaky Esper? I'm excited. I want to see some crazy play. He does have Fireball.
Yeah, and the critical aim already set up, so I'm pretty sure he's going for a play
and
here.
Repeating shot.
Yeah.
Oh baby. Bert probably responds with a Divine Barrier. I would think. That tends to... Oh, pass his turn himself. Oh, I don't know about that, Bert.
I mean, the wizard from Bert does have... I mean, they all have second life, right? But
yeah, but
still.
Like I think here Esper's trading the... like his 1 exhaust to clear that 1 second life, you know? And it's going to work unless he misses this fireball. Well played by Esper. There it is. Gets the first second life off of Bert. Is Esper taking an advantage here? We'll see. That was huge plays. Bert will have a chance to recover, though, with Esper's Archer exhausted. Really nice call out there on that pass.
There's not much the wizard can do right now. Like, the wizard is pretty much out of the game here for a couple of turns.
Right. Now, Ice Lance takes a little bit of a channel, Frost Lance, and then Fireball's on cooldown. And he bursts Wizard as well with his exhaust. But Bert could put a Divine Barrier up here. At least it'll be stacking turn with the stacking AP with the exhaust turn, and then he'll get another turn quickly to stack it again if he passes. Is what I'm thinking Bert does. Or maybe he doesn't have prayer protection, so I think maybe D barrier is what we see.
I wonder, like, Esper used his Wall of Reflection while he still had the critical aim buff, so will the delay damage crit now, or like have a higher crit chance? This is...
I think it should. I think it should.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. The seer works the same way, so actually, it should. Interesting. Never thought about it.
But the downside is like Bert's not going to do any damage to it.
You're
His
right.
wizard's exhausted.
Yeah. I
And
thought the warrior might go. His rapid onslaught is ready. But you're right. He might just not go for it.
yeah, okay. I see. He might just not go for it though.
But on the other hand, like he's preventing Bird from damaging his heroes, and also the arcane burst might dispel the hot tier at least.
Mm.
But I think the arcane burst has to, like, if you don't damage the wall more than 30%, something like that. It does not always trigger. Yeah, if the wall receives less than 30% damage, then it performs arcane burst. But
Okay.
it did receive more than 30%, I believe. Yeah, still nice play. I liked it actually, and a little bit of damage will still be reflected.
Very high level play here. Bert uses his fireball now on the priest, lands the daze, and gets a burn stack. 660 nice HP remaining on the priest.
Today's was huge.
Yeah.
Potentially even forcing Esper to use a potion here, since a bird has a whirlwind here and a couple more turns until the priest has his turn.
Yeah, that daze pushed the time bar order. Really kind of messed up Esper's little 3 in a row setup he had going. And there it is, as you said, the whirlwind, 185 to the priest. If Esper doesn't use a potion here, Bert could do something to that priest with his wizard turn. No fireball though.
Yeah, so he probably can't take the kill, but it's getting really close and risky.
Esper doesn't want to risk it. Goes for that health vial. In the corner, we see that both of the wizards have massive barriers, more than doubling their HP. Just calling that out really quick. But for Max and Caracat, 1 minute till sudden death, though. That's when that corner game starts to get exciting. Raw Arcana out of Esper's wizard. What does Bert go for here? He has burn on the priest. Could do a frost lance. Might just stick with the firebolt though. There it is.
Yeah, I'd assume so. He doesn't have enough AP for the last unlock, which is quite important.
Yeah, getting that block, the no chance of block is huge for Frost Lance.
Yes, but not only that, it gives you 40% pierce, so the damage will be increased by a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Although with Esper's team not having huge physical defense, the Pierce is like good, but not like
You're right.
a lot of extra damage.
You're right, but at least you want to maximize your damage for the mana you spent.
Yeah, 100%. Two stacks of burn on the archer. Very Kael'thas inspired. I can see it with this burn. Stacks get up to 6, it explodes. It reminds me of the Kael'thas combo from Here's the Storm. I can see Workhorse's hand in that. Prayer of Healing. Bert's Priest now up to full. Esper is channeling the Precision Strike. Has his Priest and his Archer going just before that triggers. Or his Priest and his Wizard going, excuse me. What does the Wizard do? Critical aim. Double critical aim on that Wizard. What a setup. Freedom on the Archer. So it's now unstoppable. Precision Strike comes out, hits the Wizard, stuns Bert's Wizard, immediately affecting it. No chance to cleanse. Bert will be forced to heal up that wizard down. Otherwise, it's in danger. As Esper proved earlier, with 3 turns coming up for Esper here. I'm going to set up
Yeah, he
probably his
got
rapid
everything
repeating.
ready.
Gladiator
So
Strike
everything.
goes out.
He might just go with a bolt repeating here, and then Holy Wrath and Fireball on top of it. Potentially, like...
Oh,
with
yeah, I like that call out, especially because the priest and the wizard go first, right? So he can like see how
Right.
low it gets, and then actually like, compare the numbers and not have to risk it at the
Right.
beginning.
Good point. And like also on the other hand, like Rapid Shot is 2 RNG, so you can't really go for that kill.
With the rapid, yeah.
Yeah.
But with that health vial, maybe we'd probably see Esper set it up, I think, the rapid repeating, since Bert did use that health vial in response. We see
No,
the raw
he's playing
arcana
it safe.
coming out.
He's playing it safe first. He's stalling a little bit. One more turn, pretty much. Or one more round. Since he has the sudden death, so it's better to not overextend, but first heal up a little bit.
Rapid shot comes in. Oh, and there it is, as you said, not a single one hitting the wizard.
Yeah.
Can't
The random
focus
shot doing
fire.
its thing. So 3 turns. What's Bert gonna do? It's tough decision. Is he gonna go aggressive? Because he needs to think of defensive play. Oh,
The fireball crits, and he lands the confused with the chicken leg.
huge.
That is huge damage. If that priest could do some damage, that would be sick. He does have whirlwind up on the warrior. Maybe he goes for the blinding winds. Could do 134 damage according to the tooltip. Bert's thinking about it. He's tempted. Goes to the prayer of healing instead, playing conservative. Oh, but sudden death triggers. That whirlwind could still be a threat. 167 damage to the wizard. Oh man,
He's in clear range.
does he do the whirlwind? Oh,
But it's
yeah.
close.
It's really close. Goes for it.
No.
Gets it. 224.
Oh my god.
Bert takes the wizard down for Esper. What a setup. What a way to capitalize on the situation that presented itself. Prayer of healing. Focusing the heals on the archer. Can it do enough damage? 763 to kill the wizard? I don't think so.
I also don't think so, but he cannot play defensive.
Yeah.
He will lose in the long run, so he needs to play aggressive.
Especially with Bert still having 2 second lives. He can just let sudden death kind of carry it from here. Health vial, though.
Okay.
A lot of health vials. Like, just throughout this whole tournament, you know, instead of the mana vials that we typically see.
That's true.
Oh, what a play by Bert, capitalizing on that opportunity.
And the fireball crit was huge.
Yeah. We
Almost
love
400
crits. Another health vial. Bert's last stone. Sudden death ticking. Now doing over 200 damage across the board. In the corner, we see Max Garen has the slight... it's kind of hard to say who has the HP advantage. Max has 2 heroes with less HP, but he has a bigger barrier on his wizard. Holy beacon out of Bert onto the warrior, getting some of that healing over time. As Esper now needs to reset his combo. Precision strike, there it is. Sudden death, hitting that priest for 300 damage on Bert's side. Huge across the board. Bert could cast a Frost Lance here, or just the Firebolt. Either one, I think, sounds really good. Maybe a Wall of Reflection, even. But that would be a weak one with such little AP.
Yeah, but he will still block a little bit. Okay, he's going with the T1 here.
Firebolt does get the burn. With sudden death, that burn could be enough to kill the archer before the precision strike goes off. No, Prayer of Healing says no to that idea. Bert now. His priest turn, full support build. Uses the freedom on the priest. As sudden death triggers, leaving Esper's team very low. Bert still looking fairly healthy by comparison. His precision strike hits, doesn't get the stun, triggers the last stand though.
Nice freedom here. That was a good attempt from Esper stunning the priest, or like at least try to stun the priest. But
yeah, but
yeah,
now
he raked it with the freedom.
Now with the Gladiator Strike doing so much damage, the Firebolt will be enough, assuming it doesn't miss, to take out that Archer. Or does he go for the Priest and let sudden death do the work?
Good call. This is also a possibility.
Fireball's the Priest. There it is, 210. Sudden death triggers, and it wipes Esper's team.
Nice predicted. Let's go.
Yeah, baby. Now, switching feeds to the corner game. We have Karaket on the left, Max Garen on the right, who will be going up against Bert in the finals. Karaket Frostlance gets blocked. Doesn't kill the Priest for Max Garen as he had hoped. That block was huge, as now Max has 3 turns in a row. But is it enough, as sudden death is a big threat for Max here. Full health potion. Oh, wow. That block was huge, letting Max full health potion there. And now he has a health advantage against Karaket. Frostlance kills Karaket's Seer. Wow, what a turnaround. That looked like Karaket was about to seal the deal, but that block just took it out, prevented the whole thing.
Also from a seer, and I just check his information. It says in the tooltip he has only a 2% chance to block.
Really? But even the spell block? He has a 15% spell block.
Oh, right. I was looking at the regular block. You're right.
Yeah. The Feather Duster is super valuable now. I don't know. Maybe he's using the even better one. Yeah, he's using the Abyssal Tunic, which has even better. Spell block chance by 8.
Okay, you're right.
Sudden death triggers Karaket's second life on the wizard, but now his whole team's exhausted, and Max Garen has the HP advantage and no exhaust. Ice Rain crits the priest, finishing it off.
Huge.
And Max Garen looks like he is taking this 3 turns in a row to finish it off. Sudden death triggers again, and Karaket falls. Well played, Max Garen.
Well played.
And that will
Max
be
Garen
our
is
finals.
performing. Yesterday he also won against Bird, so...
So do we see that happen again?
Yeah, the same matchup.
Oh, man. So Max Garen versus Burt Reynolds. No, I mean Hitman Burt. Sorry. 10-10. 3 minutes, 33 seconds. 1,000 Jewel sponsorship. Huge. Oh, man. I got to vote Burt because I want to see the guy who took me out win since we're here. Although Max playing very well. Close game, all the same. Get out there, get your votes in, everyone. I'm going to play the song so I have a chance to go clear this schmutz that's in my throat right now, making me sound funny. So I will be right back. We got a couple minutes to game time. Get your votes in. Get this sweet jewel that Esper's throwing up for the Eternal Echoes.
The time is at hand, the zenith is nigh. Legions are seeking the highest high. The best of the best, a legend story. How much to risk for eternal glory? Eternal echoes, the ultimate strife. Permanent death brings value to life. Your final battle, but no need to fret. Battles of glory will never forget. The crowd is on fire, tomatoes in hand. The ultimate price drives massive demand. We will find out whose chapter will end, and who will prevail, their knees yet to bend. Eternal echoes, the ultimate strife. Permanent death brings value to life. Your final battle, but no need to fret. Vessels of glory will never forget. Risen from waters so very deep, sundered islands deny us our sleep. Here to comes cheap. Ooh. Blades clashing spells and arrows astray. A smoke bomb for clutch, to RNG Jesus we pray. Once the dust settles, who will remain? Unlucky misses can cause mental pain. The stone cold arena will not forgive. If fate is not with you, others will live. Valkyries are waiting to take some away, unless divine essence has something to say. Eternal echoes, the ultimate strife. Permanent death brings value to life. Your final battle with no need to fret. Vassals of glory will never forget.
Alright, chat. It's time for the finals of the first ever Eternal Echoes. The song anticipating permadeath in the future. I know Esper, big fan of that. Me personally, big fan of that, at least watching it. Because, you know, I lose too much to play Eternal Permanent Death. Regardless, Bert versus Max Garen. Let's go. Max Garen on the left, Bert on the right. Max with the priest, wizard, seer. Bert with the warrior, priest, wizard.
Max having a pyroclast explosion and Bert on the other hand having a wall of reflection, potentially even to counter it.
I'm excited to finally see this on opposite ends. I feel like we've seen Arcane, the wall of reflection versus wall of reflection a lot so far.
Yeah.
And
True.
I want to see like the interplay of pyroclast into wall of reflection.
Mm. I mean, it will destroy the wall of reflection and still do a little bit of damage, but at least 1/3 or so will be denied.
Right. Which could be all it takes. Oh, Max opening with an exhaust, coin flipping, and he hits the exhaust on Bert's priest. But because of the time bar order, Bert will have a chance to clear that exhaust really, really quickly here. Bert's wizard's up. Firebolt, maybe? Firebolt, maybe, chat? I don't know. This is kind of like stall versus aggro. I'm excited for it. But not the super stall. I will give Max credit there. He does have the damaged wizard, at least. No, he can't clear exhaust, but he's gonna have his turn. And he'll pass turn and be like right here on the time bar. That's what I meant by that. Like he'll use that exhaust turn up.
Shot clock's running low.
Yeah, Bert's thinking about it. That 2 minutes is running out for the free 2 minutes at the beginning of the game. Bert opens with the firebolt. Not quite enough to break the barrier. One barrier remaining on
Crazy.
Max's wizard. Calculated. Raw Arcana coming in. Just enough for him to get that benefit from his passive ability. And now I think we see a pass turn here. I'm surprised that Bert seems to be shot clock maximizing. Because I imagine he knew he was going to pass turn from the beginning there. But I would feel like playing into the sudden death is more into Max's favor. But hey, maybe I'm wrong there. Basic attack comes in. Breaks down the wizard's barrier. Finally, Seer gets the sanctuary right back up though. And now Bert's priest's turn.
I mean, they have played yesterday also against each other in the finals, so Bert maybe took something away from it.
I see. Yeah, maybe. Also, Esper just told me Bert is playing on mobile, so that could impact it, because I know it's difficult to use those small little buttons
Yeah.
I've done it a couple times. It's yeah, you use up pretty much the whole shot clock just trying to make it happen. So that makes more sense. Prayer of protection out of Max Garen. He's got a big barrier once again on the wizard. I don't think Bert is going to be able to break through that barrier to prevent the AP stacking. Firebolt once again, 154 damage. Bert is just stacking his own AP. He's at 18. Raw Arcana out of Jorrunder, Max's wizard, now sitting at 28. So he's stacking very quickly for his Pyroclast. Maybe a Frost Lance first. Forget if he has that. Yeah. Barrier Stone now out of the Seer. Sanctuary Heal, entirely wasted, but not a problem. He just wanted those barriers, I assume. Bert could go with a Rapid Onslaught here, maybe a Glad Strike. I forget if he set it up. Yeah, so Gladiator Strike it is. Hitting that Seer bigly.
The priest doesn't really need to heal here for Bird.
Right. Agreed.
He could come with a Blinding Winds on the Seer. I mean, it's not the most benefit, but it will still reduce the healing from Max Garen a little bit.
Yeah.
Or the shielding also. It's reducing the shielding also.
I was just checking to see if the Siren Song basic attack could do any form of interrupt. It doesn't. So, no chance of that. Barrier Stone out. That wizard now at 18-17 health between its HP bar and the barrier bar. That's a lot of HP, folks. Bert's wizard. Firebolt again. Blocked, but still doing 148 damage to the barrier. Frost Lance coming in. Looking to get chills on Bert's whole team if he can. Do we see the Divine Barrier kind of to prevent any chill stacks coming in? Maybe. Or maybe a pass turn. Iron Skin.
I used Divine Barrier already.
Oh, yeah, it's on cooldown. Good call. Iron Skin, though, totally useless here. So it only prevents physical damage. I don't think there is a single bit of drop of physical damage coming out of Max Garen's team.
Yeah, the only reason was the initiative gain here.
Yeah. Maybe he liked where it put him in the time bar. Big crit 410 on the Rapid Onslaught to Garen's Wizard's Barrier. Frostlance now coming in. Oh, huge damage across the board, and he gets the chill to all three targets and the bleed on the Warrior and the Priest.
Good damage.
Max loves to see it. Holy Light adding extra damage to that Warrior, both damage over time and making it take.
Interesting that it's on a
10%
Warrior. I was assuming he's going for the Priest here since he was the lowest and the most vulnerable, I'd say. But I mean, okay, he has 1600 HP. It's most vulnerable is, you can argue that, but yeah. Like, I would assume more that the Priest is a better target than the Warrior. But most of the Wizard here.
But maybe he anticipated the freedom. Removing everything from the Priest. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving him too much foresight credit. But at the same time... Oh, explosion coming in. Hello. Max is going for something here.
But also, actually, if we think about it, Max only has Spellcaster, so the Warrior is in fact the most vulnerable since he doesn't have Wisdom.
Oh, and he's not wearing a Feather Duster. So he's the least spell defense, gear. He's got no Wisdom, as you said, which is the scalar for spell defense. Firebolt. This Warrior is vulnerable. Especially with everyone having about approximately similar health bar. I mean... 1423 for the warrior. Over 1600 on Bert's priest.
And also the frost lance is damaging the front lane the most, so
Basic attack.
he can focus the warrior easier than anybody else.
Whew, and we do see the explosion was targeted on the warrior. No crits, but 174 HP damage to the warrior. Doing a little bit as well to the mid and the back.
Holy Ref combo is ready, but he's going for the protection. Okay.
Esper reminds me in the chat that Ironskin gives 500 initiative versus the past turn's only 400. For some reason, I thought it was 300. So thank you for that correction. I was like, why would you not do that? But that makes more sense.
Pyroclast explosion.
With like what? He had over 30
30.
AP.
Yes, he used 30 charges.
Yeah. So this is going to be big. He's just going for a quick kill. I love it. I love it. Max upsetting my expectations of a stall comp in the best way. Prayer of Healing on the Priest gets it back to near full. Barrier Stone increasing the Wizard's barrier. So it's sitting pretty at 1884 HP. Bert's Wizard up now. How does he respond? He has 27 AP to spend.
Fireball on the Seer could make sense. SEC would help him a lot.
I think he's passing turn to set up the Wall of Reflection timing.
Yeah, good call.
Because we see Max... Yeah, he's going right before Max's Wizard now, so he will definitely hit it with the Wall of Reflection. Seer casts Sanctuary. The Seer is getting pretty low on Max's side. That Warrior doing good frontline damage from Bert. Just
Max
consistent.
Max will have his Pyroclast explosion plus the Holy Rev chained. That turns up in a row.
Ooh. That's huge. So I guess the question is, will the Wall of Reflection be enough to prevent the kill? Uses the heal trait, 500 HP to the warrior.
Divine Barrier is ready.
Yup, there it is. Sanctuary coming out. And now, Wall of Reflection.
I guess so. I mean, the Pyroclast explosion, you can't joke with this.
Absolutely not. It is no laughing matter. There it is, 840 HP Wall of Reflection. So it'll block a good bit, but Bert's Wizard is still in danger from the Pyroclast. Oh, it still does a shitload of damage and hits burn on all three.
Right,
with an
burn
extra,
on all three.
With an extra 800 damage, that would have been devastating to Bert's team.
And there was still the Divine Barrier, so the Wall of Protection and the Divine Barrier was broken and still did a good amount of damage on top of it.
Yeah, absurd. Pyroclast explosion set up there. But Bert now does have a chance to heal through it. None of his people appear to be in any danger immediately. But don't ever underestimate the burn. Gladiator Strike breaks the barrier on the Seer. Does 30 damage as well.
So the Barrier Stone is ready. Will he recast it once again on the Wizard? I wonder.
Oh my god. No, it goes for the Osmotic Ward, protecting that Seer and basically negating Bert's Warrior. Unless he wants to heal the Seer for max. Might be worth it to just do it so his Warrior can keep going.
And the first instance of damage will already trigger it, and the next ones will just damage on top of it, right?
Yeah.
So it's not the worst thing, I'd say.
Agreed.
Let's see if he's going for it.
Bert claps his priest with 533 HP crit. What does the wizard do on Bert's side now? Still 8.5 minutes to go till sudden death. In a normal game, it would be about 1 minute away. But this is the finals, ladies and gentlemen. Firebolt 174 tickling Max's barrier on the wizard. That wizard is just stacked on HP. Over 1900 health, 1942. Raw Arcana giving it a little bit more. Holy Wrath combo is available, but
It costs a ton of mana.
costs a ton of mana. Yeah, and he might. Oh, he goes for it anyway. Stuns
Done.
the wizard. Huge, huge. But Bert could. I think is freedom up. No, is that? He does have freedom up, so he could maybe cleanse the wizard with the priest turn here and get some healing in to boot. But Max appears to be having Bert on the back foot here.
Yeah.
Definitely has the momentum and the tempo in this game.
Wall of Reflection damage will trigger, and it will probably even trigger the Osmotic Ward here.
That's a good point. It probably will.
But this here is almost full, on the other hand. He could already trigger it here with the Warrior and then let the delayed damage go on top of it.
That might be a good call, actually. Because it's going to happen either way.
And since he has Cleave, he can also start to work that shield off from the wizard. It's tough. It's tough.
Goes with the health pile, though. Worried about his wizard staying alive. And yep, there, as predicted, we see the Wall of Reflection healing the Seer, doing some damage to the priest and
Nice
wizard's barrier.
Okay, the priests in this game, they are super low. Both at 45 mana.
And with Bert having used Health Vial, I think Max has the stone advantage. Firebolt goes out, hits the Seer. Arcane Mastery, stacking that AP. Max Garen already back to 25. Could be thinking about setting up another Frost Lance Pyroclast combo, but goes with the Raw Arcana first. Wants to get more AP in the tank before he does so. Warstone hits the Wizard on Bert's side, bringing it down to 820 HP. Holy Light, not going to get the debuff because of the Unstoppable, but also doing some damage.
But now having his combo ready, but he is missing the mana.
Right, does he take the Seer's turn to pass that mana vial, maybe?
Potentially.
Oh, but the Seer goes after the Priest, so maybe not. The Priest is Max's next turn.
He's just too fast.
He's too fast. It's too fast, so no combo going to be available. Bert uses a mana vial onto his Priest, who was also very low on mana. Those burn stacks doing some work. What does Bert do? Maybe heal his wizard? Hard to say. Holy Beacon on the wizard, dropping some healing over time. Very expensive use of mana, though. Down to 109 left still, even after just using the mana vial.
Now he's having cooldown on 3 of his abilities. Only the Prayer of Healing is available.
Man, that one amnesia. It's just flashing there in the corner, teasing Bert.
It's crazy.
Bert seems to have switched his focus entirely to Max's Seer with the firebolts coming out. I think it makes sense because you're not going to make a dent in that barrier. 5 minutes still to sudden death.
And also he's having a Warrior, so it's an easier time for the Warrior to hit the Seer as well.
You're right. Gladiator Strike being so strong with the Excalibur, too. So, like, and that can only hit the frontliner. You see there 220 damage, pretty big. Now Max will likely use a potion here or stun if he's got some cheeky move planned, but I think the mana vial is the most likely.
I would say so too. Yes, that is.
Yeah. And he gets a nice little jump over Bert's wizard. So that means a chance to heal the Seer before Bert attacks again with that. Blinding Winds hits the blind onto the wizard. Now the seer is casting Barrier Stone. Who is the target? Who is the target? On the priest. Interesting. Okay, so trying to stack that barrier up on the priest.
Yeah, he thinks, the wizard. The barrier is already big enough on him. Let's
Yeah,
do
and
the same.
I think there's a limit to like the delayed doubling effect. Like
Yeah.
so maybe that's what he's thinking, just maximizing the value of the ability
Okay.
as well.
That's right. So there was some mana potion from Bird.
And now the blinded wizard with the holy light damage over time and damage taken debuff. I anticipate that Bert would try to cleanse that, just remove both of those with the freedom, now that he has that off of cooldown. Did use a mana vial onto his priest. Ooh, Firebolt still hits, but gets blocked. 540 HP on that seer with that barrier stone going to the priest. Rapid Onslaught is up.
Yeah. Rapid Onslaught is ready here.
Do it, Bert. Give in to the dark side. There it is. 273 HP on that seer taken off.
Getting
Now
a bleed.
He got the bleed. Oh, nice. Yeah.
The
Bleed and
seer's
burn.
getting fairly low. Fairly low.
Gonna take 63 HP damage on its turn, but Max will have the chance to heal before the wizard can go.
His priest doesn't have healing abilities really. I mean, he has the freedom, of course, but that's his only healing ability. Besides
That's a
that,
good
he has
point.
the prayer of protection, which does not prevent the dot.
Okay, that's a good point.
But it's probably just going to be the freedom to remove the dots in the first place.
Yeah, I think you're right. But still, it's not going to be as much healing as maybe a prayer of healing would have been, or
Yes.
or even the holy beacon could have been. Frost Lance strikes all three, big damage, and gets the bleed on the warrior and the priest and the chill. There's the freedom. 246. Is it enough? Max could force a vial here, or Bert could force a vial out of Max here if he attacks this seer.
Okay, sudden death, 40 seconds away.
Yeah. Long game. Top end players. Firebolt crits for 167. Artificer, passive, kicks in, giving a little bit of extra health to that seer automatically. Might see an osmotic ward here. That would pretty much negate the warrior's attempt to kill it. There it is. And with Rapid Onslaught on cooldown, Bert really can't set much up to deal with that osmotic ward immediately, right? I was thinking maybe a priest basic attack and he could still do big damage with the warrior, but no, I don't know if it's worth it with the cooldowns the way they are. He uses the prayer of healing on the warrior, and he cleanses the chill. That's nice with Pyroclast coming in because the chill definitely amplifies the damage.
At this point, they need to be careful with the mana, especially the warrior here. He needs to hold on to his mana for some good moments. Oh, Shotlock's running low. Maybe latency. Oh, he got the atrophy. I mean, it's just at 1%, so it's not a big deal just yet. Oh, Sticks, you're muted. I can't hear your Sticks. Maybe it's just me.
No, that wasn't just you. That wasn't just you. Sorry, I got a phone call on my phone, so I muted really quickly to prevent that sound coming through.
So the seer is still at threat here. I mean, he has the Osmotic Ward, but Bert is having 2 turns. But yeah, the rapid onslaught is still not ready. Yeah, the seer is fine. I mean, he's low life, but he should be fine.
All right, but there we do see, is that going to be another stack of atrophy? Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
He's at 4% already.
Oh, man. Can Bert finish off this seer with sudden death active? He could, potentially, but I don't know. Gotta let the Osmotic Ward expire first, and it's still got 2 turns on it.
Mm-hmm.
1 now after this one, but still. Sanctuary coming in. Max's Wizard basically out of mana. And the barrier now getting shredded by the sudden death damage.
Okay, what will Bird do against this Pyroclast Explosion, I wonder? I mean, a Smoke Bomb is a potential play, but it might not help.
Yeah, and based on what we saw last time, even the Divine Barrier and Wall of Reflection, it would still do a lot of damage with Bird's health bars the way they are. Could be a kill. Bert has 3 turns here, though. Does he finish the seer or just kind of let sudden death do it? I mean, I think let sudden death do it. It has no more mana left. Maybe a basic attack. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say so. Basic attack makes sense, and afterwards a Wall of Reflection.
Oh, but here he uses a smoke bomb.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, it's 2 HP.
Oh my gosh. So low.
Yeah, so lucky. He can throw a potion afterwards, if the sudden death will not come beforehand. Yeah, it takes a while until it's the Seer's turn, so the sudden death will probably trigger.
Yeah,
So
I think, yeah.
The wall?
There's the wall. That wall is dripping. It is so trippy. The aquarium of protection.
Max, what is he gonna do? Does he sacrifice his priest? He has the Seer, I mean. The Seer has no mana, so...
Does the Holy Wrath 453 damage to that barrier, the Wall of Reflection. Now Pyroclast takes out Bird's Wizard, but the second life triggers. And it decides it's going to keep laying on the ground even though it has health remaining.
And the warrior's confused for 3 turns.
Oh, Poison Blade tried to kill the warrior. Oh my god, and it succeeds with the sudden death. Now Bert left with just his warrior and... Oh, no. He had 3 second lives, I forgot. So all 3 of his heroes exhausted, though. Which will be cleared when they take their turns. Guys in the chat, I see Kurt Okage now saying you cannot clear exhaust. Yes, you can, by taking the turn. That's what I mean when I say clear the exhaust.
Max Wizard is low on mana, though. He cannot do too much without getting a mana potion here. So it's getting tough for both sides. I mean, Bird looks really like in a corner, but Max Garen doesn't have too much firepower immediately. The Holy Wrath is out. The Wizard can do maybe...
and with the Gladiator Strike from the Warrior still up, I mean, Bird's Wizard falls, yes. But I think Max has got it still. His Priest uses the stun here. Doesn't land it, but big damage to Bert's Priest. And now Max likely... it's Bert's turn. I got the colors mixed up. So Prayer of Healing. All right, yeah, I got the colors mixed up. I thought Bert wouldn't have a chance to heal before the next sudden death. But still, though.
Yeah. He has enough mana for the Ice Rain. Here it comes.
Oh. Wow. Tight match here. But the Holy Wrath with the sudden death, I think, finishes it off. No, basic attack. Going for the Warrior. I would have thought Holy Wrath the Priest let sudden death win the game. But hey, sudden death still did. Well played, Max Garen. Taking the very first Eternal Echoes. Thank you, Esper and Eternal Zenith, for putting this all together. Nice little logo here in the corner. Nice, very sexy, very, very stylish, very stylish. Yeah. What do you think about this? First 5-round tournament I think we've had with the 17 people signing up.
It was great. I mean, especially now here with the Greater Divine Essence release, it was such a nice combo actually. And yeah, I loved it. It was overall pretty nice. The Eternal Echo logo looks great indeed. And it was such a great yes, such great games again. As I said, after the Greater Divine Essence release, now we see the people come with their greatest heroes. Now truly, and it was exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with everything you said. So yeah, but with that, enjoy the rest of your weekend, as short as it may be for some of my viewers, and for you, I think it's pretty close to the end of the day for you. But hey, Sunday morning here on the West Coast, I'm about to go eat some lunch. Let's check out what tournaments we have left today. Weekend Warrior, entries close in 10 minutes. Shit, man. Wait, what is it? 16 to 20 all unique classes? I might enter this.
I'm gonna play the Revengers myself.
What is that setup? Well,
It's a melee mosh pit, level 10.
oh, level 10 melee mosh pit. Really?
Must include Berserk, so I have the perfect team for this.
I do have a level 10 melee mosh pit team. But I'll probably play the Weekend Warrior and then get knocked out.
Yeah, then you can join afterwards.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. This is the way. But all right, chat, that's the end of the stream. We will see you all later. I'm going to close out with this Eternal Echo song one more time, and have a great day.
The time is at hand, the zenith is nigh. Legions are seeking the highest high, the best of the best, a legend story. How much to risk for eternal glory? Eternal echoes, the ultimate strife. Permanent death brings value to life. Your final battle, but no need to fret. Battles of glory will never forget. The crowd is on fire, tomatoes in hand. The ultimate price drives massive demand. We will find out whose chapter will end, and who will prevail, their knees yet to bend. Eternal echoes, the ultimate strife. Permanent death brings value to life. Your final battle, but no need to fret. Vassals of glory will never forget. Risen from waters so very deep, sundered islands deny us our sleep. Here to the limit, ready to reap. Trade stats and potions, nothing comes cheap. Ooh. Blades clashing spells and arrows astray. A smoke bomb for clutch, to RNG Jesus we pray. Once the dust settles, who will remain? Unlucky misses can cause mental pain. The stone cold arena will not forgive. If fate is not with you, others will live. Valkyries are waiting to take some away, unless divine essence has something to say. Eternal echoes, the ultimate strife. Permanent death brings value to life. Your final battle with no need to fret. Vassals of glory will never fall.